communicate with other people. It is something that we need for our own thoughts. Now, just now in Austria, in Central Europe, where I am sitting, it is almost 10 p.m. You have 1 o'clock and lunchtime. But when you go to bed tonight and you want to think about the day, you will notice that you can't think about the day or your thoughts without having a language, especially when you try to find a communication with the Creator. When you say a prayer, you will see that the language is needed, even as God speaks to man through language. So language is something that is very essential for us. A second definition is something that Abdul Baha has clearly explained. And the beloved master is a master in everything, and even in the music, in the field of music, when he explains that music is like the waves on the air that touches our ear and through the nerves comes and touches even our brain and our heart. So like this, music becomes a nourishment for the soul. This is a second definition that I think is very important. But if we allow that music touches our heart, that means the head should not interrupt the relationship between the sound and the heart. There is a joke when two ladies left the concert hall and one lady asks the other ones, how did you like the concert, the music? She said, I don't know yet. I haven't read the critic. This is when you stop using your own feeling, your own heart to use music as food for the soul, nourishment for the soul. The third example that, of course, all Baha'is throughout the world know is what Baha'u'llah has written in the most holy book in Kitab-e-Aqdas, that music is like a ladder on which the souls may ascend to the realm on high. The definition of a ladder is very interesting, because if you have the chance to climb up a ladder and reach a spiritual level, you are in danger, because a ladder can very easily fall down. You can fall down from a ladder. And the history of mankind has shown us how music has been misused in addition to the beauty and to the nourishment. Like in Europe especially, we in European history, we know how the best kind of music, the highest developed music of Beethoven, of Liszt, of Wagner, have been misused in the Second World War, in the Nazi regime, to produce aggression, to increase aggression. This is what also Abdul Baha defines very clearly, that music has the power of increasing our feelings. So if you educate your thoughts, then through music, you will be even more moved to do good things. But if you have opposite bad thoughts, wrong thoughts, also the same kind of music will increase your ability to do wrong things. So that is why first we have to clarify what thoughts do we have and how do we educate our thoughts. That is why we need the education, especially for our children. The first thing. But music must be immediately taught, because you cannot say, I will become a musician or I will appreciate music when I'm 18. If you have not started to chant and to sing for your baby when it's born, even before the baby was born, the music has the effect. the first rhythmical approach of the baby is the heartbeat of the mother. And when we go to schools in European countries, we are very easily taught about music. But this question is mentioned about music like you learn about mathematics, you learn about the science. It's not the question of touching the heart, it's just the question, what is music? And the earliest definition is that music is a combination of different tones. And this was the question that started to bother me. What is a tone? And how can we put different tones together to make music, to make a melody, to make a song, to make a symphony? Like, as Jack, you said, this wonderful vision that Baha'u'llah has given us, the human world being one humanity, with all the variety that we have. So that as if we are all individuals, different tones, put together, sounding together to become a symphony. But to understand what is a tone, we should analyze the tone itself. And we will discover that the tone is not one tone like we call it do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, or CD and so on. It is the vibration of different overtones that all of them together, when they vibrate together, create a warm and beautiful sound. And if we do not allow the overtones to vibrate, then it becomes noise. And when you put noise and noise together, it does not make sense. We need tones and tones. And if we compare the tone with the individual, with the humankind, then we have to say, we become human beings if our overtones, and let me translate it now into a spiritual language, when our attitudes, when our Eigenschaften, we would say in German, you would say in English, when the virtues of our life, like love, justice, compassion, patience, and so on, when these kind of vibrations are in our soul, then we become human beings. This is the important similarity between music and us as human beings. Now, the violin has been always in my hand, and maybe you want to play some example of that TED talk where I have described the question of the violin, and then we can continue if you want.
Yes, that would be good. Can you play that for us, Parviz, the excerpt from the TED Talk?
Sure. I have the TED Talk, but I thought you wanted the Allegro Vivo first.
As you wish. You can do either.
Yeah, I'll start with that. Sure.
Allegro Vivo is the festival for chamber music and the highest quality that music can achieve in our lives. It's now 36 years that in this whole region of Waldviertel, my friends and colleagues from all over the world are coming together during the months of August and September to celebrate Allegro Vivo. This whole region is one of the most beautiful parts of Austria, and Austria itself is a beautiful country, and of course the center of musical life since centuries. But now, through Allegro Vivo, the unity of the musical activities, not only from the European continent, but also throughout the world, is creating a new level of cultural development. And this is what makes me very proud.
Wonderful.
Can we have the example of the violin?
Yes. Can you play that one now, Parveen? Thank you. That was beautiful, Bijan.
Yes, I'm loading that up.
We have these wonderful intervals where we wait for videos, Bijan, and it helps us to absorb everything that you're saying.
Thank you.
If I join more voices to this, it becomes richer. This is what happens in an orchestra. I couldn't bring the whole orchestra with me. It's just the violin, but you can understand, and you know, of course. But important is not only that we have the sound together, we know rhythm is one of the most important part of music. Rhythm will lift us up to certain other degrees of feeling the music. A rhythm is, in fact, the first thing the baby listens to in mother's womb. It's the heartbeat. But we are going through transition times, as we saw in the very first pictures, until we are born. And also when we are born, we have transition times, not only individually, but also in the whole society. And the question is, how do we manage those transition times? In musical world, we call it, let's say, an accelerando or ritardando, with changing from one rhythm to another level of rhythm. The ending of the melody was like this. So this was a transition period from the meditative or contemplative part of the melody, shifting to a more dancing part. Creating future today. This is the main aspect I have read from TED. And I think that's one of the best slogans or words or aims we could have in our life. Now, what could be the future of an orchestra? To find a unity in its big variety, all the different instruments, everybody playing different notes, but united we are through one common vision for the future. That is the final composition. And united we are through the feeling of the rhythm. If we don't feel the rhythm together, we can never go forward. Now, the future I see for all these beautiful notes in the world is this earth as one country and mankind as its citizen. This is the aim it's worth striving for. It's not easy, of course. This is a work we have to concentrate on, like in a transition period. What is the role of the individual now in this process? You remember the violin? Let us compare the individual now with the violin itself. If you take it, you see it has a head, it has a neck, it has a body. Unfortunately, in German language, we have a definition. We don't say the violin, we say die Violine. It's female. And that's beautiful. Maybe the future will be a balance between male and female. That would be wonderful. But what's the most important part of the violin you can't see? This is a historic instrument. But what is the most important part we cannot see? It's the empty space inside. It's the place where the air is vibrating and being transported out to all of you. If it would be filled, the sound would stop. This reminds me on a certain freedom we have to get, a detachment that we have to have in our inside life, to be free from greed, from envy, from hate, from all kinds of prejudices. Something we can work on and we have to work on every day. It's very difficult. But then, everything is ready. You can put the violin on the wall and enjoy a beautiful instrument. It doesn't sound. It must come in touch with something from outside. And that is the bow. The bow is a symbol for me now for the touch with the world around us. It can be the nature. It is the mother, it's the father, it's the family, the relationships, your partners. It's the children, it's our teachers, our students. And this touch of those two things, the outside world and the inside world, they sometimes are based on force, and that's terrible. Human history is full of these negative examples. Force never creates music. It's impossible. Sometimes the words we are using in communication, we use language. The words we are using is creating fear in us. It is impossible to have a proper connection of the bow with the string if I'm always afraid. It's not possible. The only possible idea, feeling that is behind our words, should be behind our words, is it should transport a feeling of love from one to another. And that is the only relationship we have on the violin itself. A loving touch. Now, some of you maybe not be so familiar with a string instrument or with a violin. I'm teaching you a little bit about the violin. But most of you, I'm sure, when you have been small, you have played some wind instrument. If you take the flute was originally made out of a bamboo. To have a flute made out of a bamboo is, it has first to be cut in the right dimension. What we think is so important of the wood, the inside part, the pith, have to be emptied. It has to be made hollow. Then the instrument maker has maybe to use some method to bring holes into the body of the wood, something maybe very painful, not easy. Now, if we take this as an example, a comparison to individuals, we have to get rid of what we think is so important: our personality, our fame, our name, our selfish desires, our wrong ideas, our prejudices, to become hollow, become a hollow reed. So I think this would be important. And difficulties we go through in our lives, painful difficulties, is enriching us, not harming us. Because if those holes were not there in the flute, you would play only 1 or 2 notes, but not the variety of the tones that is on the flute. So my wish, my desire, and I think a goal that is worth to live for throughout our lives, is that we should desire, we should wish, whatever we wish we can achieve. We should wish to become like a flute, to become a hollow reed, from which the pith of self and desires, the selfish desires, has been removed, has been blown out, so that we become a clear channel through which love may flow unto others. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you. This was great. I learned so much, and we are truly honored to have you here. I know how busy you have been, and very gracious to be with us, to explain to us, to teach us so much about music. And truly, it's an honor for a Baha'i to know you and to use your music and learn from your artistic abilities. Thank you so much. I was wondering if Van Gilmer or Jean would like to say anything. Dear Bijan, do you have any other suggestions, thoughts? I don't have any other videos, but anything you'd like to add? Or
If there are any questions, everything is fine. I'm still here.
You know, I kept thinking as you spoke of the voice, and of course it made me think about the instrument, the beauty of the instrument, how you can move hearts with just the sound of the music, and then of course with the voice you add some words, but it was beautiful. I really enjoyed it. Do you have your violin there with you?
I have my violin, but as you mentioned, the voice is the main instrument of human being.
Yes.
And it was so fantastic to hear you singing, chanting.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
Thank
because in the voice is really transporting the inner life of us to other people. And if you can use the words in addition to the sound of music, this is the highest possible. That is why Baha'u'llah encourages us to chant when we pray. Not only use the words dry, but really chanting and singing. This is fantastic, and I'm so grateful that so many friends have started also to compose and to write songs about the faith and put the holy words to music.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I would like to just thank you for taking all those metaphors that we come across in particularly Abdul Baha's works and lay it out because that metaphoric thinking and that describing, that exploring gives us so much more, so many more tools. Whenever I come from a bit of a jazz background, and whenever it goes too far into the passions, as you were talking, I'm reminded that music is a ladder to the soul, and a ladder is a bridge. A ladder helps us go up. It helps connect things. It helps us fix things. It helps us do all these things. But the ladder is never the destination. So when music is considered, as you said, there were lots of, let me get this straight. The 5 points were: music is a language, music is nourishment, music is a ladder, music is an educational tool, and music is a transitional tool. And did I get those 5 points right?
Wonderful.
Thank you. And so when we use music as an end to itself, we forget that what we're doing is providing a service. We can lose track of things. And I'm so grateful for your demonstration, to give it real tangibility for our audience and for myself. Thank you.
And it made it very simple, very down-to-earth explanations, which was really great. And I understand this much better now. I was wondering, the subject of the ladder, you mentioned in another talk, that how in the terraces you and your kids, your son did the terraces. Could you mention that?
This was a historic event. We have been privileged to be part of that, the opening of the terraces. And maybe you remember and you know that the Universal House of Justice had commissioned 2 composers to write music especially for that occasion. One was Taleb Shahidi from Tajikistan, who did some kind of like an overture with also the Oriental colors in the music. And the other composer was Lasse Thoresen from Norway. Lasse Thoresen was asked to compose music to the words of the Tablet of Carmel. And he did a marvelous work for big orchestra, choir, 4 solo singers, and 3 violin solo. The idea of him was that when the violin is sounding, the solo violin, it is the voice of an angel proclaiming the glad tidings of the coming of Baha'u'llah. And this angel, the voice of the first angel, is carried to the mountain. And there is a second angel who takes this word and carries it further up to the third angel. That was the idea of the composer. And that is why it was tremendously difficult to realize everything on the spot for television, for radio, and so on. Because when I was standing downstairs at the bottom and playing the first violin, my son was standing on another of these terraces, and my daughter Marta was standing 1 level further up. That was the great idea of the composer. And when you know it, and when you listen to the piece once again, in understanding the relationship between the music and the words of Baha'u'llah, you will enjoy it very much.
Wow.
Great explanation. Thank you again. Yes.
Pleasure.
Are there any, Jean, please unmute yourself.
Oh, my apologies. Thank you. That music is due for a re-listen in my house, certainly, now that I have that new piece of information.
Yeah.
It's usually worth listening, talking to performers and find out where they're coming from and where the composer came with things. Thank you so much.
Yes, wonderful. Van, do you have any other questions or before?
I don't have a question, but you brought me back to the opening of the terraces. I was there, and as you explained what happened, I can remember that very well. Now I will also go back and look at that recording. It was wonderful, just wonderful.
Yes, sometimes we don't know what's happening, but after they explain it, now we say, oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Indeed, indeed. We have a little bit of housekeeping, and we want to be able to close out this session and let people have the rest of their evenings or afternoons, as it were.
Dear Mr. Khadimisa, thank you so much for your time and being here.
Merci.
God
Merci.
bless you. Allah Akbar.
Allah.
All the best. Allah Akbar.
Allah.
Just a little housekeeping for y'all. If you, oops, sorry, we'll get to the next page. That I'm gonna make you guys sing if I get a chance today. But here is what you might need to know. If you want to track down and follow Eve, you can find her on Facebook as Eve Martine Harp. If you want to follow her on Instagram, she's Eve_Martine, and she has her own YouTube channel. To find out more about that long-standing, wonderful festival, one of the many, many things that Mr. Khadem Misal has provided this world, you can look for it at allegro-viva.at. And then you'll have an option of German or English, and you'll move down from there. And can I provide a song? You know, I'm not going to ask permission. I'm just going to jump in.
Yes, and please somehow maybe say some things in Spanish. Since you know more Spanish than I have so many friends from Latin America, and maybe we can have Mr. Ismaili, who is in El Salvador, mention a few words from El Salvador friends that are all watching this, or you want to do it after your songs?
No
You see?
sé, no tengo idea.
Mr. Kayhan Ismaili, maybe you can unmute yourself and say a few words to the friends there. Mr. Kayhan Ismaili, I thought he was there.
Well, while you're looking for him, I am going to do something. You know, in America and Canada, tomorrow is Mother's Day.
Hello.
Oh, there he is.
Papa.
Oh, Lapa.
صدا میاد؟
Vale, go ahead. Please go ahead. You can say it in English or Spanish. Please start with Spanish to welcome all the friends from South America.
مرسی پرویز جان، لطف دارید تو همیشه مثل همیشه و خوشحالم که اینجا هستم و امروز واقعا روز خیلی خوبی بود. Es muy lindo día, es un perfecto día y ver a la hija de اعظم خانم از پرو و شوهرشون که اونجا هستن، هر دو آرتیست. Los dos son artistas y tienen a su hija bella y ver a Bijan, otro persa que está también. Yo creo que ellos son la muestra de la comunidad, nueva comunidad persa. And they are the new generation for Iranian people, that they can see that we can change the culture and we can make a new board, a new country in Iran in the future with these people.
Welcome friends from Peru and the family. I think it's Eve's family in Peru and other countries that are there. Welcome, welcome. We're glad to have you here.
Thank you so much. Muchas gracias por invitar a Ivariana, y yo quería pedir si es posible que escuchamos la oración que ella entonó en Croacia. posiblemente para
as a closing prayer.
as a closing prayer. Thank you so much. It
Big
was
hug to all of
beautiful.
you.
Thank
Very
you.
lovely, dear family.
Oh, so you're recommending Eve to say a closing prayer also?
There is a video that she
Maybe.
already sent that we might hear as a closing prayer. She did it on the inauguration of the Croatian National Assembly, which is very beautiful.
Okay, if she's still with us, if she has it, she can share it as a co-host. No problem. Thank you for being here. Thank you very much.
I'm going to have to very respectfully say no, because since we don't already have it downloaded and ready to go, it will just come out and it's a matter of technology.
Okay.
It is not because we wouldn't
Okay.
want to.
Okay, no
Okay.
problem.
But I'm sorry to sound like the mean lady.
It's
No,
just a
You
symbol.
never, dear.
Well, I often get accused of being the mean one simply because I can only do so much. If you don't mind, I would like to share a closing prayer. And this is in general an opening prayer, in that it is the feast prayer. And the reason I want to share it is because, well, in America and in Canada, tomorrow is Mother's Day. And I thought, well, what prayer would really work? And I thought, mothers and food go together. And there's a lot of food mentioned in the feast prayer. And I thought I would share that with you. Oh, God, dispel all those elements which are the cause of discord, and prepare for us all those things which are the cause of unity and accord. Oh God, descend upon us, heavenly fragrance, and turn this gathering into a gathering of heaven. Grant to us every benefit and every food. Prepare for us the food of love. Give us the food of knowledge. Bestow on us the food of heavenly illumination. Oh God, descend upon us, heavenly fragrance, and turn this gathering into the gathering of heaven. Oh God. Oh God, prepare for us the food of love. Give us the food of knowledge. Bestow on us the food of heavenly
Great. And Parviz, I am inspired by Bijan to do a song related to Mount Carmel.
Yes.
Standing on the mountain, looking across the bay. The Queen of Carmel reigned. She reigns majestically. Cry out, O Zion, cry out to your Lord, cry out, O Zion, circle round in adoration, circle round your Lord, cry out, O Zion, cry out to your Lord, cry out, O Zion, circle round in adoration, circle round your Lord.
Wow, wow, great, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, man. Wonderful, loved it. Thank you very much. I was able to actually find on my folders here the piece that she did for Croatia, and I'm gonna share that right now, if you don't mind, please.
I miloser
Wow, wonderful. Eve, I was wondering, was this it? Was this the one, correct one?
Yes, it was. It was funny that you found it because it's in hidden videos. I don't know how you found it. I just would like 2 minutes to say something if I'm
Of
allowed.
course. Please, I would like you to say a few words in Spanish for friends from El Salvador, from Venezuela, from Peru, and I would like to have them also raise their hand to talk from their local communities, if it's okay with Jean and Van, for the friends from South America to just raise their hand and say a few things. Go ahead, please, Eve. Yes.
Bueno, a todos los amigos de Sudamérica, todos los amigos de Perú que estén presentes, donde he crecido, que les tengo mucha estima, muchos recuerdos, felicitaciones a los que hicieron la de Bogareña, que fue un espacio excelente en el que se difundió mucho arte y textos sagrados, en el que participaron muchas personas de diversos lugares. Y muchos aprendizajes en el avance de las comunidades de allá que se comparten en esta parte del mundo y que han sido aprendizajes que se está aplicando aquí. What I would like to share is a huge learning that was for me in the path of music, in the small path of music that I have had, and I think that it's worth for everyone. We are all artists, we are all musicians, and everything that the master Bijan Khodemizak shared with us is a great tool that we all have. And if music is that leather, then we need to know what we are listening to. And in this time, we are exposed to what we listen in the radio. So we are not used to do our research in music. We still don't give that importance to what is coming through our ears and going direct to our souls and our mind. So it's important, if we are talking about the world faith, that we also look into other tradition. That for me was a huge stepping stone. I don't know if that's the word. I had many years that I was inside the classical music, and that I didn't know much more out of that. And I really was closed into only knowing one tradition that was given to me in the studies and not knowing more. And in the moment that I met the traditions and respect the indigenous music from Latin America, the tradition and the rhythms from Africa, all the great traditions that talk about the history of music and the history of all the towns and people's development, that makes a huge impact in our vision of the world. So that is something that we don't need to be musicians. We only need to use our technology and research. Just type these words of like traditional music in China. How does the oud sounds? Which instruments there are? Having this chip, having these instruments in our ears, having all of these traditions, really changed this peripheric, I don't know the word, like this opens our ears, our mind, and our souls are more tender to receive diversity and so on, to mature in whatever it's needed to. And we don't need to be musicians. We are. By doing that, we are musicians. Thank you so much.
Wow. Great explanation. I'm so proud of you. How old are you, may I ask, that you're so mature and so... God, very, very nice, great explanation from you and from the master, Mr. Khodemizak, and you explained even better. Great job. Thank you. We'd love to have you come back and maybe do some more songs for us later on. Are there any, is that your parents in Peru that are on Azam?
Those are my blessed parents, yes.
Oh. If they like to say anything, they can raise their hand electronically and I can unmute them. If there is others that would like to say a few words from Venezuela or Costa Rica, this is time that for continue or just, yes, go ahead. You can, yes, go ahead, unmute yourself. You can't? Let me see. Let me just raise your hand one more time. Okay, now click on unmute.
Yes, here we are.
Muchas gracias. No queremos decir nada más porque realmente solamente agradeciendo por dar esa oportunidad a Ivariana cuando ella empezó a estudiar aquí en Perú, en un conservatorio, todo. Realmente no nos imaginábamos que puede tener esa oportunidad de estar en un programa tan hermoso con amigos como ustedes.
Y
Gracias.
todavía junto a los grandes maestros que están presentes aquí. At the same time, we are very so proud, and she's participating in such an event that very beloved and masters of music are present in this event. And I'm sorry I don't know all of you. Maybe all of you are musicians. At the same time, we're proud that she's beyond all of you. We love you very much. And Kurush Khavari, we were the same Dar Sakhlaq High School. You remember me? Yes.
Thank you.
Big hug from Latin America, from Peru to heart to heart.
Yes, we have friends from Venezuela. Thank you. Great job being a pioneer, such a great daughter, and we are blessed to have her. What a wonderful young lady who is pioneering in Spain and other places. Great job to you. I think some people know Van Gilmer. He is the director of the National Choir in the United States. And also Jack Lenz, everybody knows how he has been involved in so many different Baha'i and non-Baha'i musical activities as composer, artist, and so on. I appreciate Mrs. Azam and Mr. Mateen for being here. I don't know if Mr. Ismaili would like to say anything else. No? Okay. And Van or...
Parviz, I sent you a link of the song we just released last week. I don't know if you can play it. It's...
Can you share it? Do you have it on your computer? You can share it yourself? Because I have to take it.
I do.
Please share it because I have to take it from my phone to computer. It's involved.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. Well, I did have it. Talk a little, let me pull it up again. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, while you're looking, I just wanted to mention that our program is every other week. Next one is in 2 weeks from today. And we are really blessed to have everyone from all over the world joining us to introduce artists and to empower them and to the community so that they can contact and get to know our artists throughout the world. That's one of our key goals in this program. And at the same time, being able to see you and have some music, some great program, and enjoy with almost like a free concert every other week, which we are blessed to have great musicians performing for us. I don't know if, I guess Jean has left at the meeting. And Eve, do you want to say anything else while Van is, I think he found it. Okay. Yeah, let the commercial, yeah, that's okay. Just let the commercial end, sure. But you have to share your.
Yeah, I'm about to do that. All right, let me go back out and do it again.
You share and click on sound.
Oh.
Oh.
of being. Oh, love me, that I may love thee. If thou lovest me not, my love can in no wise reach thee. Know this, O servant. Know this, O servant. I give up on hate. 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 Won't you love me? Love me that I may love thee. If thou lovest me not, my love can in no wise reach thee. Won't you love me? Love me that I may love me that I may love thee. If thou lovest me not, my love can in no wise reach thee. Know this, oh servant. Know this, oh servant. Know this, oh servant. I give up on hate. 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 Won't you love me? Love me that I may love me that I may love thee. If thou lovest me not, my love can in no wise reach thee. Won't you love me? Love me that I may love me that I may love thee. If thou lovest me not, my love can in no wise reach thee. Know this, oh servant, on pain.
Awesome, great, fantastic, beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
It's always great to have your music from the National Choir and all the programs you do with your son Sean and your daughter Kim. It's wonderful, beautiful. If people have any questions or any comments they'd like to make, they can raise their hand and I can unmute them one at a time, please, before we say goodbye. We are really blessed and excited to have people from Norway, from Germany, several countries, South America. We have a few friends from Iran. And I know that during the opening of the temple in Chile, Van Gilmer was there and many other friends were chanting so many indigenous, just like Eve mentioned. Effendi always talked about connecting to the indigenous people in America, in South America, and they had great program. I have some of those that I videoed from Chile opening temple, and I will share that next time around. But we would love to have more indigenous program if you can introduce to us. I'd love to have that on our program. I see Ariel from Santiago. Would you like to say a few words, Ariel? You can unmute yourself, Ariel.
Hello. Thank you.
Welcome. You're in Chile, Santiago, correct?
Yeah, I'm from Chile, Santiago. Yeah.
Fantastic. How is the temple? Can you say a few words for us from temple?
I'm sorry, I can little speak in English, so I don't understand all you say.
Maybe you can translate.
Voy a traducir, Ariel.
Gracias.
Sí, que te pide que si quieres contarnos un poco sobre el templo y cómo está yendo por allá, lo que querías comentar.
Uy, sí, afortunadamente hay muchas actividades en línea y bueno, participo también en el coro del templo y se está tratando de impulsar varias actividades musicales como melodías sencillas para que se aprendan, todas las personas puedan aprender a cantar alguna melodía sencilla de alguna oración. Entonces se está tratando de dar auge a eso.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he's participating in the choir and they are doing online. They are still gathering together online. And they're trying to create simple melodies that anyone can sing, that it's going to be easy to spread so anyone can sing along.
Great. Does he have any pieces that you'd like to try on now from their choir by any chance?
Si hay alguna pieza del coro, algo que quieras compartir, cantar.
Uy, la verdad es que no tengo nada preparado, entonces mi corazón empieza así. Entonces, yo creo que para otra ocasión.
¿Y tenías una pregunta? ¿Levantaste la mano para hacer una pregunta antes?
No. Quería saludar, ¿no?
Saludar.
So he doesn't have any pieces? No, that's okay. That's all right. Do you have any closing remarks, Eve, that you'd like to message for us here in America and Europe, South America? You have wonderful ideas.
I just want to say thank you again for the invitation. I want to say thank you for the creation of this space. We are all the Baha'is and the artists around the world just learning about what is the meaning of the arts in the faith. We're in the first steps, in baby steps of understanding the power of arts truly in how that impacts in the faith. So these spaces, I think, are the first ones that are gonna create these first conversations, so we understand how the arts will empower the communities. And by now is just, I think, being focused in the places that we are, being aware of the neighbors that we are, and learn from be one with the communities. Here in Spain, knowing the language of their art has been a great tool for teaching. So I think in that sense, art is now responding to that need that we can all seek in our villages, anywhere that we are. The language of arts, the tool of arts, and local arts are now seems to be a great tool for this development. I just thank for this space and encourage everyone to dig in how the arts impact in their communities.
I wanted to mention that a few months ago when I talked to Jack, Van Gilmer, and Jean, our goal and our thought was that we needed musical programs in our activities, in our local activities. And as soon as we had Jean come and play the guitar at our neighborhood international potluck dinner, more people joined, and they stayed because of the music. So the music and art helped our neighbors bring dinner and stay and talk about music, talk about arts. And we were blessed that Jean Quinn could come to our house and play guitar and play Baha'i songs. And it connected people, and more came because of the music. And joined with the words of Baha'u'llah, it was a success. So if Jean wasn't available, I didn't know what to do. So we thought with this program, we can connect the artists, we can have your information, and everybody else's that have joined us in the past and future on a piece of paper that everybody could have, and we can email to others. So we have your contacts, we know how to find you, to hopefully hire you for some programs in our activities, maybe buy your CDs and support you wherever you are, now that we can contact you. That was the goal of our original plan, to be able to support and connect the arts. And at the same time, we happen to enjoy a couple of hours of your music with us every other week, every 2 weeks. It's great for us. We love it. I am not an artist. I'm working on my piano to learn music and learn how to play music, but we are very glad to have this program. We get a lot of great feedback that people are enjoying this from all over when they come into our program. And if you have others as smart and talented as Yves Matin, please send me an email. My email is on the chat. You can email me any friends or contacts that have artistic abilities. We will take the information in, talk in the committee, and try to plan and schedule people in our programs and hopefully get to them if possible. So that's in a nutshell what our goal is and what we like to do, and hopefully work with the young people. We have had many young people like yourself that have come to our program, a few under 20, some 14, 15-year-old sisters from Maryland that have done a fantastic job. And we'd like to encourage you. Great job. I was very impressed with how you presented, the words that you use, shows your maturity in arts and in teaching and in your pioneering spot. Great job, Yves. Thank you so much. I don't know if Van Gilmer is still with us. And if there are any questions, please raise your hand. I have my friend, Mr. Hassam from Oregon. Please go ahead and unmute yourself.
Allahu Akbar, dear friends. Allahu Akbar.
Hello, Alapa, how are you?
Fine, thank you. It is such a great privilege to be here and listen and enjoy the beautiful music that friends brought their heart here, sing from their heart, and we enjoy. Thank you so much for such a gathering you put together.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I hope Hanum Eve Mateen come and play for us one day in our celebration. I hope that we can have a meeting on May 23rd as an extra meeting for celebration of the declaration of the war. If she can come and play music. On May 22nd, it is late for her. It's too early.
Yes. So dear Hassam, I will email you her contact information and her email. You know that she's a pioneer in Spain, and as you contact her and try to see if there is a possibility that matches your time zone and her time zone, and of course that's the goal of our meeting. So yes,
thank you.
Send me an email. I will connect you and send her email for you all to talk and coordinate for your local activity. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Anybody else that might have any questions or comments I would like to share before we say goodbye? I know we're supposed to be here until 1:30, but the music is so wonderful. Everybody enjoys the program, and definitely is a ladder to our soul when we hear the music and when we are watching you and your shining faces from all over the world. Thank you for being with us. There's no other hands raised. We will see you in 2 weeks, Saturday, 12 noon on May 22nd. That's our next session. Same time, same ID, same Zoom ID, no passwords. And there is my teacher, Mr. Bahman. Please go ahead, unmute yourself.
I don't have anything to say, just say hi to you and say that your picture is perfect, your voice is perfect today, and your program was also perfect. Everything was beautiful. I just have the link that I have. I had interview with Mr. Khadim Isaghi in Persian, in Farsi, a few months ago, which has been, it is in YouTube. I just want to share it with you. If you want to share it,
Yes, please send it in a chat and I will forward to everyone. I can open chat to all. So actually right now you can send to everybody, not just me. In the chat, share that link. Of course, that would be great. You did a fantastic job. I appreciate your comments, helping me with the pictures, with the sound, and
everything was perfect. Everything was perfect today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Parviz, for everything. I don't know if Jack still is there or not.
He and his disabled daughter had to go to another program that is for their local activities. Yes.
Okay, thank you. I just send it to you, the link, and you can share it, please. Thank you very much.
You can send it to everyone. Right now, I opened chat is allowed. Yes, and actually, I can unmute people. Everybody can now unmute themselves too. Thank you, Mr. Bama. Appreciate your support and.
Thank you so much. Everything was wonderful.
Yes, as always.
Gracias.
desde Caracas.
Ah, welcome.
Gracias.
Appreciate all the work you do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Gracias, desde Canarias, España.
Gracias
a todos.
Thank you, everyone. Mr.
Yes, and from Spain, can we have somebody from Spain, please? Go ahead.
Mr. Parviz.
Yeah, can you hold on for a second, Shaheen Jan? Can you hold on, please? We have some people from Spain.
Yes.
Please introduce yourself and welcome to our program. And we are blessed to have you here. What city in Spain are you from?
I'm Natasha. I'm coming from the Canary Islands. That's in Spain.
Beautiful. Welcome.
Wonderful program. Thank you so much. It was a really great inspiration. And go on with that. Please, please, please.
Thank you. We started this about 2 months ago because of my personal issues that I couldn't find artists, and now we have a long list of people that are young and that we can contact to play, just like Hesam in Oregon has been contacting these people. You can contact Eve or others and work with them and see if they on Zoom they can come and perform in your programs. That's our goal.
Thank you very much, Mr. Parviz. This is a very, very amazing music. We are just listening. Well, amazing music. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Lovely.
You're welcome. Where are you, Victoria?
I'm Vancouver.
Vancouver. Welcome. Thank you. And we started about 2 months ago, and we will continue because of your encouragement, because of your love, and because it makes us happy, and connecting the young, especially the artists that are all over the world, and we need to get to know them, work with them, support them, get their CDs and have them join our programs in our local activities with Zoom.
Why not? I do that.
Yes.
Okay,
Shaheen Khanum can صحبت می‌کنم بفرمایید.
Shaheen Khan, please go ahead.
Thank you so much for everybody. Very lovely music. Very, very good. I only listen. My grandchildren is listen to. پرویز جان درباره مدرسه با اینا صحبت نکردی؟
نه تو این برنامه نمیشه. That's not part of this program. Thank you so much. It was great talking to you, and I think we have some people from Kragas.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
But tell your grandchildren that knitting is the first step to make music.
Yeah, first time.
I don't stop knitting.
Yeah.
آفرین خیلی خوب میکنی.
Thank you for this wonderful program. I hope you will be successful always and for future. Thank you. Wonderful.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. We are here to help and to serve. Yes, there was another gentleman wanted to talk. Please.
پرویز خان، کوروش خاوری از اورنج کانتی هستم. خیلی از برنامه‌تون لذت بردم و روز به خصوصی برای اینکه من هم کلاسی هم درس اخلاقی خودم بعد از 52 سال اینجا دیدم. آقای متین و علاوه دارم، فقط میخواستم بگم که ایمیل من کوروش خاوری هست @gmail.com.
You can put it in the chat if you can put it on the chat, and I'm glad you got to meet your friend. Please add it in the chat, and you can send your email.
تلفن تو بده لطفا.
تو چت بزنم.
لطفا تو چت بذار.
الله به شما به خانمتون آقای مرجان خانمشون. من سوزان هستم، مال مامانم استفاده میکنم.
الله خیلی خوش آمدید.
الله آقای پرویز خمسه های شما چطوره؟
متشکرم. شما اسمتون؟
من اسمم سوزان متعوض، مال مامانم استفاده میکنم. سوزان روشنگر.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from California.
Oh, California. Oh, welcome. Thank you.
شما موجه روشنگر
Thank you so much, Mr. Qasemi. Very enjoyed it very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Happy Mother's Day for everybody.
Yes, yes, yes. Happy Mother's Day for all the mothers, for all the grandmothers,
Happy Mother's Day.
and all the grandmothers and mothers. Happy Mother's Day.
Speaking of
Yeah.
mothers.
And young mother.
Yes. Mr. Khosravi, Mr. Khavari, if you like to mention your number.
I chatted it.
Oh, you did
just
chat?
chatted.
I have a question, Mr. Ramsey. Do I need to put in the chat phone number how you're going to connect, or every time you have a program like that?
So right